Hey, what is up, everybody? Today in this video, I want to talk about when is it the right time to refinance. And first, I got to get the elephant out of the room. Look at that black eye. This is what happens when your boys get too big and they whoop you when you're wrestling. All right. Well, back to the topic at hand is I get asked this question all the time, and I want you to make sure that no matter what, you watch all the way to the end, because refinancing your home is not something that you should take lightly. You need to have all this information, under your belt, have the knowledge before you make that final decision if refinancing is right for you. And make sure you like and subscribe to get all the information about mortgages, buying a home, and refinancing so you're always in the loop. Okay, so let's go into refinancing. There's really just a couple reasons of why people refinance. The main one that I see a lot is they just want to reduce their monthly bills. They want the rate to be lower, and they just want to make sure that they're going to be paying less per month. Option 2, cash out refinance, taking that cash, paying off high interest debt, and then same thing, reducing their monthly bills. The other option is taking out cash and renovations on the house. And then sometimes people will take out enough to do renovations and pay off high interest debt. So now, how do you know if refinancing is right for you? Well, the thing is the first thing you should do is get with a trusted local mortgage advisor that's going to go over all the numbers with you and not sell you into a program that works for them, for their company, what they have to offer, but what's going to be in your best interest. So that's number one, is make sure you talk with somebody that you trust. So if we talk about just rate reduction, lowering the cost, is you have to know how much is that going to cost you. No matter what you get in the mail, there is no such thing as a no cost loan. There's always going to be a cost. But when people market this, what they're saying is they're going to wrap all the costs into the new loan. They're going to use your equity to pay for it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I think as a consumer, you should know that that's what's happening, is there's no free lunch. So when you're looking at your estimate, you need to make sure how much are you paying in fees, how much are you paying for the rate, and what are all the costs to go with it, and what is that number going to be? And then you take that number, how much you're going to save, and then that'll tell you how many months it's going to take you to break even. So, if you're saving $100 a month and it costs you $1,000, it's going to take you 10 months to break even on that refinance. And if you're going to be in that house for more than 10 months, then that's a great deal. If you're not going to be in that house for more than 10 months, that's not a great deal. So let's touch on the subject in terms of fees and things like that. As a local mortgage broker, we don't charge any fees. So you want to be aware when you're looking at your own loan estimate, are people charging you fees? And why do they charge you fees? They're charging you fees because they have high overheads. They're not a local shop like us that don't have overhead or minimal overhead. They have big buildings, they have corporate retreats, they have all that. So they pad that into their mortgages by making you pay for it, unfortunately. Same thing as a lot of companies won't tell you how much you're paying for the rate. We've actually seen loan estimates where the person didn't know they paid $12,000 for that rate. And in most cases, that is not a good deal. So make sure you know your numbers. Make sure you're actually going to save money on that refinance before you move forward. Now let's go with your cash out to pay off high interest debt. I've actually done this for my sister and many other people, and it can be life changing when you have debt, on credit cards that's 8%, 12%, 20%, compared to doing a refinance where you're much, much lower, and you can actually wrap that high interest debt into a new mortgage, and then that will give you more cash flow. So let me explain what I mean by cash flow. Let's say your bills are $2,000 a month, including your mortgage and all of your high interest debt. You do a cash out refinance, you pay off all your debt, and it reduces your bills by $1,000, because whatever, all those credit cards and debt, whatever car, is $1,000 a month in this scenario. Well, now your cash flow is $1,000 a month. So you can take that $1,000 a month, you can put it towards other investments, you can put it towards paying off the principal of your house faster, so you're paying less interest, and you're winning because you're not just stuck in that loop where the interest is so high on your debt that you're never going to get out of that hole. So for some people, this is a great option. But again, you have to know your numbers and make sure that that's going to work out. In some cases, like my sister, she had enough equity and the scenario was right where she actually pulled out $40,000 and her payment was lower than it was before because of how high her rate was previously. So that is an amazing scenario. It's not going to be like that for everybody. So make sure you're discussing that with your, expert loan officer before you pull the trigger. Lastly, let's cover doing the renovations on your home. So renovations on the home can be great. It can add value, but just be aware, sometimes you do things like pools and landscaping that you're only going to get pennies on the dollar when you resell that house. And every market's a little different. So that one's a little bit more, are you doing it because you really want the house to look a certain way? Then awesome. I mean, if that's what you want and you're getting a home that's going to add value to your life, then by all means, it's worth it to you. So in a nutshell, there is no simple solution of when you should refinance. But if your interest rate is above a 3.5, there's a good, at least at the time of this video, there's a good option that you can probably save money on a mortgage or get a great deal on a cash out refinance. So as always, if you have any questions about buying a home, refinancing, just reach out to me. There's going to be links below in the description so you can find our website, find my contact information, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, whatever is best for you. And make sure, again, that you like and subscribe to the channel so that you're always in the know for anything involving buying, selling, and refinancing. Thanks again for watching this, and I will see you guys on the next video.